If you're one of the millions of Americans living with diabetes or obesity, you know how important it is to have access to reliable, quality medication. Unfortunately, a recent shortage of Ozempic, a popular injectable medication used to control blood sugar levels, has left many patients without access to this essential drug. Before we get started, I'm Mila, the Hangry Woman, and I live with Latent Autoimmune Diabetes in adults, which is a slow progressing form of type 1 diabetes. If you want to keep getting informative videos about living with diabetes, subscribe to my channel and like this video. It would mean the world to me. So today we're going to talk about the Ozempic shortage, and there are a lot of reasons for this shortage. The recent shortage of Ozempic is due in large part to an unexpected increase in demand for the drug among patients with type 2 diabetes and obesity. But not just that, and we'll get to that later. In addition, production issues at Novo Nordisk, the company that manufactures Ozempic, have also contributed to the current shortage. Novo Nordisk has attributed its production issues to raw material supply constraints and its inability to produce enough product in a timely manner for the demand that it's having. I have a lot of thoughts on the Ozempic shortage. First, and immediately, it is so frustrating to watch this happen for so many people who actually need the drug. There are these reports of celebrities using semaglutide, which is what Ozempic is, for vanity weight loss and not for health reasons. I also wanted to point out that being overweight or obese isn't the cause of all bad health outcomes, but research does show specifically for diabetes that losing 10 to 15% of your body weight can improve insulin resistance, which can help your body work more efficiently. Ozempic, in my experience, has also worked extremely well for blood sugar management. And I have a few videos on my channel where I discuss taking it and why I got off of it, but my A1C was the lowest it had ever been when I was taking Ozempic, and I lost over 30 pounds in the year that I was on it. And actually more after I got off of it. You also have to remember that semaglutide, which is the formulation of the medication, is FDA approved in the United States for weight loss, but there's a specific medication and concentration, one of those medications is Wegovy, that is the proper concentration for that use. And so people are being prescribed Ozempic off-label when it's meant for type 2 diabetes management instead of using Wegovy or some of the other alternatives. So how do you manage during the shortage of a medication that you need? If you're currently taking Ozempic or planning on starting treatment, it can be difficult and frustrating not having access to your medication, and here's some tips on how you can manage during this time. First, talk with your doctor about alternative medications that may be more readily available. Your doctor may also be able to provide additional advice on how to best manage your condition without Ozempic. Look into other forms of treatment like diet, exercise, or oral medications that may help keep your blood sugar levels under control. There's so many resources available that can help guide you through the lifestyle changes as needed, and you can also see your doctor or dietitian. Consider joining a support group where you can connect with other people dealing with similar issues and get advice from one another about managing this difficult time. There are many groups available both online and in person that can be beneficial to those affected by the shortage. And make sure you're keeping up with regular check-ins with your doctor so they're aware of any changes in your condition as well as any potential side effects related to not taking Ozempic or suddenly stopping the drug. The recent Ozempic shortage has been a challenge for so many people living with diabetes or obesity who rely on this medication for health management needs. And it can be difficult and frustrating dealing with this situation, but there are ways that you can still manage to take care of your health and well-being during this time until supplies become more readily available again. One thing that I do want to say, though, about the Ozempic shortage is that the biggest frustration about this shortage is seeing people trivialize the medication. First of all, Ozempic is, without insurance, over $900 a month. It's a very expensive medication. So it's already out of reach for a lot of patients who can't get it covered by insurance or who don't have insurance but could use this as a tool to better their health. I think, secondly, in terms of it being trivialized by people that are, saying like, oh, I can drop 10 pounds in a week if I take Ozempic. One, that might not be good for your health, and that is solely for vanity. But I think the other thing is that you are taking away the ability for people who need the medication for health reasons to get the medication. And so people are having to stop it suddenly or start taking something different that may not agree with their body or may not work well for their quality of life. And that is completely unfair. And it's putting people with diabetes and people who are, living with obesity at these increased risks. And neither diabetes or obesity is anyone's fault. And I think that I will get so much crap for saying that, but these are like metabolic diseases. Like, your body isn't functioning properly. And so it's not like people want these diseases or ask for these diseases. And I think that it gets, trivialized when it's like, oh, just, you can take this injection and you can just lose weight. And or I have this video on my channel about somebody telling me not to take the easy way out by taking Ozempic and just go diet and just go exercise. And it's like, you don't know me. You don't know that I hop on my Peloton every day for, 35 to 45 minutes. You don't know that I walk, 3 miles several times a week from my apartment to the downtown area of my city. And people think that there are these, one size fits all solutions, and there aren't. And so we get these drugs like Ozempic that can be really helpful to our health, help us reach our goals. The goal with using Ozempic is A1C reduction, plain and simple. And that happens through weight loss because you're losing weight, which for people with type 2 diabetes and some with type 1, like me, I have insulin resistance. And so losing weight improves your insulin sensitivity, which means that you can take less insulin, which also means that your body overall is going to respond better to insulin therapy and not be so resistant, and you're not going to have to use as much. And so I think that those benefits, and with A1C reduction comes all kinds of other benefits, health benefits, like you have improved health across the board. A lower A1C reduces your risk of heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, liver failure, neuropathy. Or retinopathy, all of these things. And so I think that when you think about how this, I would call this technology, this is a diabetes innovation, to be able to take an injection that helps with your slowing your digestion, insulin sensitivity, and the release of glucose from, I believe, your liver. All of those things working together to help you get a lower A1C, to help you potentially avoid complications in the future, to help you live a longer and healthier life is so much more important than the vanity of weight loss. And I think for a lot of people, myself included, it was really shocking to see, one, how low my A1C did get on Ozempic and how much easier it was for me to lose weight, but two, the weight loss effects are undeniable. I started taking this medication because I wanted just an overall protection from cardiovascular disease risk. I wanted to lose weight at the time because I really believed, and still do believe, that weight loss can help with insulin sensitivity, and the proof is there. My A1C, like I said, was the lowest it had ever been when I was on Ozempic. But also, I think it's really important to recognize that you reduce your risk of comorbidities with diabetes when you have access to tools like these. And so not only is price a barrier, but supply is a barrier. And it's a barrier because people are seeing it as an easy weight loss solution. They're seeing it as something they can do just to look better, rather than realizing they're taking away the ability for people to manage their health. I have this appreciation that drugs in America can be used off-label. Because after I was diagnosed with LADA, I wouldn't have been eligible to use Ozempic. I would have been told no because I have a form of type 1 diabetes, and Ozempic is FDA approved only for use in type 2 diabetes. But we have regulations in America that say that if it's not detrimental to a patient's health and it's going to have some kind of improvement, it's okay to use drugs off-label. And I am grateful for that because it's given me the ability to try a lot of things that I wouldn't have necessarily been able to try because of my label and the insurance system. And so I'm not knocking that process. I think that when drugs have benefits for patients across the board, that is a great thing. But I think when someone says they want to lose 10 or 15 pounds and they go to the doctor and their doctor prescribes Ozempic purely just for that purpose, I think that is just like really annoying. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if doctors are doing that. I don't know if there's just this shortage because, like, I mean, there are millions and millions of people with diabetes, and so maybe like the demand hasn't kept up. But if you go search hashtags on TikTok, like the Ozempic Challenge, like it blows my mind because like my life and my health are not a challenge. Basically, like, take it away from the people who really truly need it for health management is just so unfortunate. So I know that you guys have a lot of opinions on this, and I would love to hear what y'all think about the shortage of Ozempic. How is it affecting you? What is it like for you right now trying to get Ozempic? How long have you had to go without it because it's on back order or there's a shortage? Are you on a wait list to get it? Like, I want to know all the tea. I, as you guys know, am a health journalist in addition to being, you know, like a food writer, and I write about health inequities, and I am always curious about how this is affecting people and like what do you plan to do about it when this happens to you, and what have you done about it? I think that always helps people in the comments, but I also love just sourcing information and helping people understand really just like where we're coming from as people with diabetes and what it's like for us living with this chronic illness, but also really talking about things that affect the community and that are important to us. So I'm curious, I want to know. Leave it down below in the comments. That's it for this video. I hope that you have a good conversation with me about the Ozempic shortage. I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I am trying to get to 100,000 subscribers this year, and every person counts. I have a video that has over 500,000 views, and if every person who watched that video subscribe to my channel, could you imagine? Could you imagine? So it's really easy to do. It doesn't require anything of you but to hit the subscribe button, and you get all of the love from my heart for helping me reach this big goal that I have in 2023. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye.